Three separate storm systems are about to converge across the United States over the next 7 days, and the timing of when these storms hit your area could mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major emergency. I am going to break down exactly when each storm arrives in over 100 cities across America, minute by minute, hour by hour. Right now, as I am speaking to you, a powerful weather pattern is already shifting into place. And here is what nobody is talking about. This is not just one storm. We are looking at three distinct weather events that will impact 75 million Americans between now and February 22nd. The first storm system hits the West Coast in less than 36 hours. The second system develops across the south-central states this Friday into Saturday, and the third, the one that has me most concerned, arrives in the middle of next week with the potential to bring 7 to 10 feet of snow to higher elevations. But before we get into the exact timing for your city, let me give you the most critical piece of information you need right now. If you live anywhere from Texas to Georgia, from Oklahoma to Alabama, you need to know this. Saturday evening between 6 p.m. and midnight is when the strongest storms will move through your area. I will give you the exact timing for your specific city in just a moment, but first, let me show you something that shocked me when I saw it this morning. Temperatures across the Great Plains are going to hit 70 degrees today. In February, we are talking about Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska, seeing temperatures that we normally do not see until late April. Kansas City will reach 67 degrees. Southwestern Kansas could hit 77 degrees. This is not normal for February 9th. Why does this matter to you? Because this extreme warmth is fuel. It is energy. And when you combine this warm, moist air with the cold front dropping down from Canada, you create the perfect setup for severe weather. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why meteorologists talk about dew points? Here is why it matters right now. As we move into Friday night and Saturday, dew points across the South are going to surge into the low 60s. For those of you in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, you are going to see dew points reach 60 to 65 degrees. In February, when dew points get that high, it means the atmosphere is loaded with moisture. And moisture plus instability equals thunderstorms, potentially severe thunderstorms. But here is the twist that caught everyone by surprise overnight. The models have shifted dramatically in the last 12 hours. 24 hours ago, we were talking about a major winter storm for the Southeast. Snow as far south as Georgia and South Carolina. That scenario is now off the table. Instead, what we are looking at is a much warmer, much faster moving storm system that will bring severe weather to the south and heavy rain to the East Coast. The cold air that we thought would be in place is not going to arrive in time. Let me give you the updated timeline, city by city, region by region. And I want you to comment below with your city name, and I will give you a personalized forecast for your specific location. Let us start with Texas. If you are in Dallas, here is your timeline. Friday afternoon, clouds increase. Friday evening around 7 p.m., showers begin. By midnight Friday into Saturday morning, we could see some thunderstorms. But the main event for Dallas happens Saturday afternoon between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. That is when the line of storms moves through. Expect heavy rain, frequent lightning, wind, gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Houston, your timeline is slightly different. The storms arrive later because the system is moving from northwest to southeast. Friday night stays mostly dry. Saturday morning, clouds and humidity increase. Saturday afternoon around 4 p.m., the first storms develop. Saturday evening between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. is your peak severe weather window. Damaging winds up to 50 miles per hour are possible. Small hail cannot be ruled out. An isolated tornado threat exists, especially south and east of the city. For San Antonio, the timeline shifts even earlier. Friday evening around 6 p.m., storms begin to develop to your northwest. By Friday night around 10 p.m., the line of storms reaches your area. Overnight Friday into Saturday, expect heavy rain and thunderstorms. The severe threat is lower for San Antonio compared to Houston and Dallas, but you could still see wind gusts to 40 miles per hour and frequent lightning. Austin, you are right in the middle. Friday night around 9 p.m., storms develop. Overnight into Saturday morning, the main line moves through. By Saturday afternoon, the worst is over for you, but you will still have some lingering showers. Wichita Falls, Texas, Saturday afternoon around 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. is your severe weather window. You are in the heart of the threat area. Expect supercell thunderstorms, large hail, damaging winds, and a tornado threat. Abilene, Texas, Saturday afternoon around 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Same threats as Wichita Falls, strong to severe thunderstorms with hail and damaging winds. Lubbock, Texas, you are too far west and too far north. Saturday afternoon could bring some thunderstorms, but the severe threat is low for Lubbock. Amarillo, Texas, you are well north of the main severe weather threat. Saturday should be mostly dry with increasing clouds. El Paso, Texas, you are completely out of the picture for this storm. Dry weather continues for the next several days. Corpus Christi, Texas, you are too far south. Saturday night could bring some showers and thunderstorms, but the severe threat is low. Expect rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches. Now let us move to Oklahoma. If you are in Oklahoma City, mark Saturday afternoon on your calendar. Between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Saturday, that is your severe weather window. The atmosphere is going to have a lot of energy, a lot of instability. Wind shear, the change in wind direction and speed with height is going to be significant. This increases the tornado threat. I am not saying we will definitely see tornadoes, but the ingredients are there. Damaging winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour are likely. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is possible, especially in the initial storms that develop Saturday afternoon. Tulsa, your timeline is similar but slightly later. Saturday afternoon around 3 p.m., storms begin to develop to your southwest. Saturday evening between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. is when the strongest storms move through your area. Same threats as Oklahoma City, damaging winds, hail, isolated tornado possibility. Wichita, Kansas, you are on the northern edge of the severe weather threat. Saturday afternoon around 1 p.m., storms could begin to develop to your south and west. Saturday afternoon between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. is your window. The severe threat is marginal for Wichita, but you could still see some strong thunderstorms with gusty winds and small hail. For Arkansas, let us break it down by city. Little Rock, Saturday is your day. Early Saturday morning stays quiet. By Saturday afternoon around 2 p.m., storms begin to develop across eastern Oklahoma and move into western Arkansas. Saturday evening between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m., the main line of storms moves through Little Rock. This is when we could see the strongest winds. I am talking about wind gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour. Power outages are possible. Hail is possible, especially in the initial cells that develop ahead of the main line. Fort Smith, you are on the leading edge. Saturday afternoon between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. is your window. The storms develop right over you. Expect rapid changes. It could go from partly cloudy to severe thunderstorm in less than 30 minutes. Hot Springs, Arkansas, Saturday evening around 6 p.m. Saturday evening between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. is your window. Damaging winds and hail are possible. This is a popular tourist area, so if you have visitors in town, make sure they know where to shelter. Jonesboro, Arkansas, Saturday evening around 7 p.m. Saturday evening between 8 p.m. and midnight. Damaging winds are the primary threat. The storms will have organized into a squall line by the time they reach you. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Saturday evening around 6 p.m. Saturday evening between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Strong to severe thunderstorms are likely with wind gusts to 50 miles per hour. Now, Louisiana, this is where things get very interesting. New Orleans, your severe weather window is Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Saturday during the day stays mostly dry with increasing clouds and humidity. By Saturday evening around 8 p.m., storms are moving through northern Louisiana. By Saturday night around 11 p.m., the line of storms reaches the New Orleans metro area. Overnight, Saturday into Sunday morning between midnight and 4 a.m., that is when the strongest storms move through. Damaging winds are the primary threat. Heavy rainfall could cause some street flooding. The tornado threat exists but is lower than areas farther north. Baton Rouge, your timeline is about 1 hour earlier than New Orleans. Saturday evening around 10 p.m., the first storms arrive. Late Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Sunday morning, the main line moves through. Same threats as New Orleans. Shreveport, you are much earlier in the sequence. Saturday afternoon around 4 p.m., storms develop to your west. Saturday evening between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. is your severe weather window. This is one of the areas where I am most concerned about damaging winds and hail. The atmosphere is going to be very unstable across northern Louisiana Saturday evening, Monroe, Louisiana, Saturday night around 9 p.m. Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Severe thunderstorms are likely with damaging winds and hail. This area has favorable wind shear for rotating storms. Alexandria, Louisiana, Saturday night around 9 p.m. Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Same threats as Monroe. Strong winds and heavy rain. Lake Charles, Louisiana, Saturday night around 10 p.m. Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Damaging winds are the primary threat. This is close to the Texas border, so you will see impacts from the same line that hits eastern Texas. Lafayette, Louisiana, Saturday night around 10 p.m. Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Severe thunderstorms are likely with wind gusts to 50 miles per hour and heavy rain. Mississippi, let us talk about your cities. Jackson, Saturday night is your time. Saturday evening around 9 p.m., storms are moving through western Mississippi. By Saturday night around 11 p.m., the line reaches Jackson. Overnight Saturday into Sunday morning between midnight and 4 a.m., the main severe weather threat passes through. Expect damaging winds, heavy rain, frequent lightning. Isolated tornadoes are possible. Tupelo, you are in the northern part of the state. Saturday night around 10 p.m., storms arrive from the west. Late Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning is your peak window. The tornado threat is a bit higher for northeast Mississippi because of the wind shear in the atmosphere. Gulfport and Biloxi, you are on the southern end. Sunday morning between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. is when the main line of storms moves through. The severe threat is lower along the coast, but heavy rain and frequent lightning are still expected. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Sunday morning around 1 a.m. Sunday morning between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Damaging winds are possible. Rain could be heavy at times, leading to some localized flooding. Meridian, Mississippi, Sunday morning around midnight. Sunday morning between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. Storms will be weakening but could still produce gusty winds to 45 miles per hour. Vicksburg, Mississippi, Saturday night around 11 p.m. Sunday morning between midnight and 4 a.m. Damaging winds and heavy rain. The Mississippi River could see some rough conditions. Alabama, here is your breakdown. Birmingham, late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Saturday night around 11 p.m., storms are moving through western Alabama. Sunday morning between midnight and 4 a.m., the line reaches Birmingham. Damaging winds to 50 miles per hour are possible. Heavy rain could cause localized flooding. Montgomery, you are slightly earlier. Saturday night around 10 p.m., the first storms arrive. Late Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Sunday morning is the main event. Wind and rain are your primary threats. Mobile, Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. The storms will have weakened somewhat by the time they reach you, but you could still see wind gusts to 40 miles per hour and heavy rain. Huntsville, Saturday night around 10 p.m. Late Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning is your window. Northeast Alabama could see a tornado threat due to favorable wind shear. Dothan, Alabama, Sunday morning around 2 a.m. Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Storms will be weakening but could still produce wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Sunday morning around 1 a.m. Sunday morning between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Damaging winds are possible with this squall line. Florence, Alabama, Sunday morning around midnight. Sunday morning between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. Thunderstorms with gusty winds and heavy rain. Now let us shift to Tennessee and Kentucky. Nashville, Sunday morning is your day. Late Saturday night stays quiet. Sunday morning around 2 a.m., storms begin to arrive from the south. Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., the main line of storms moves through. By this point, the storms will have lost some intensity, but damaging winds to 45 miles per hour are still possible. Memphis, you are earlier than Nashville. Saturday night around 9 p.m., storms develop to your south and west. Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning is your severe weather window. Memphis could see some strong storms Saturday night. Knoxville, Sunday morning around 5 a.m., the first storms arrive. Sunday morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., rain and some thunderstorms move through. The severe threat is much lower for East Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Sunday morning around 4 a.m., Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m., rain and embedded thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour are possible. Clarksville, Tennessee, Sunday morning around 3 a.m., Sunday morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., thunderstorms with gusty winds and heavy rain. Jackson, Tennessee, Sunday morning around 2 a.m., Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Strong thunderstorms are possible with wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. Louisville, Kentucky, Sunday morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. The line of storms will be weakening as it moves through, but gusty winds and heavy rain are still expected. Lexington, Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Similar situation to Louisville. The storms will have lost most of their severe characteristics, but wind and rain will still impact the morning commute Sunday. Bowling Green, Kentucky, Sunday morning around 4 a.m. Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Rain and some storms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Paducah, Kentucky, Sunday morning around 2 a.m. Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Thunderstorms are likely with wind and rain. Now here is where it gets complicated. As this storm system moves into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic Sunday, we have to watch the temperature profile very carefully, because if cold air arrives faster than expected, some of you could see a mix of freezing rain, sleet, or snow on the backside of this system. Columbus, Ohio, Sunday afternoon. As the storm moves through, temperatures will be in the upper 30s to low 40s. You will see mostly rain, but if temperatures drop quickly Sunday evening, some wet snow could mix in. Not expecting accumulation, but it is something to watch. Cleveland, Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. Same situation as Columbus, mostly rain, but a changeover to wet snow is possible Sunday night if the cold air crashes in faster than expected. Cincinnati, Sunday morning around 5 a.m. Sunday morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., rain and possibly some storms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Pittsburgh, Sunday afternoon and evening. Rain is the primary precipitation type expected, but the mountains of western Pennsylvania could see some snow mix in Sunday night. Indianapolis, Sunday morning around 6 a.m. Sunday morning between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. Rain and possibly some embedded thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. The storms will be weakening, but you could still see some impacts. Evansville, Indiana, Sunday morning around 4 a.m. Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Rain and thunderstorms with gusty winds. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Sunday morning around 7 a.m. Sunday morning between 8 a.m. and noon. Rain showers. The main storm passes to the south and east of you. South Bend, Indiana, Sunday morning around 8 a.m. Sunday morning between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Rain showers. The main storm passes to the south. Detroit, Sunday afternoon and evening. Rain showers. The main storm passes to your south and east. Monday could bring some lake-effect snow off Lake Huron if the wind direction is right. Now let us talk about the East Coast. This is where the models have changed the most. Yesterday we were talking about a possible winter storm for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Today the models are showing a much warmer solution. Washington, D.C., Sunday afternoon and evening. Expect rain, possibly heavy at times. Some thunderstorms are possible Sunday afternoon. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. No winter weather expected. Baltimore, same timeline as D.C. Sunday afternoon and evening, rain and wind, no snow. Coastal areas could see wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. Richmond, Virginia, Sunday afternoon around 2 p.m., rain begins. Sunday afternoon and evening, steady rain. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Rainfall totals of 1 to 2 inches. Norfolk and Virginia Beach, Sunday afternoon and evening. Heavy rain is possible. Wind gusts to 45 miles per hour, especially near the coast. Coastal flooding is possible if the timing aligns with high tide. The Chesapeake Bay could see rough conditions. Philadelphia, Sunday evening into Sunday night. Heavy rain is possible. Wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. The mountains to your west could see some wet snow mix in late Sunday night, but the city stays all rain. New York City, Sunday night into Monday morning, a coastal low-pressure system could develop off the coast, bringing heavy rain to the city Sunday night. Some models show the potential for this to become a nor'easter if it strengthens off the coast. Wind gusts to 50 miles per hour are possible. Monday could start wet and windy. Snow is not expected for the city, but the interior sections of New York State could see some accumulation. Boston, Monday morning into Monday afternoon. If the coastal low develops and strengthens, Boston could see heavy rain and strong winds Monday. Some models show a 994 millibar low pressure system just off Cape Cod Monday morning. That would bring significant winds and coastal flooding concerns. Snow is possible across interior New England, but the coast looks to stay mostly rain. Hartford, Connecticut, Monday morning. Rain and wind. The hills of northwestern Connecticut could see some snow mix in, but the city stays rain. Providence, Rhode Island, Monday morning into afternoon, same as Boston. Heavy rain and wind along the coast. Snow possible inland in western Rhode Island, Portland, Maine, Monday. This is where the snow potential increases. Northern and western Maine could see accumulating snow Monday as the storm moves offshore. Coastal areas will see rain and wind. Bangor and areas north could see 3 to 6 inches of snow. Now let me talk about Georgia. Atlanta, this is a big metro area with millions of people. Sunday morning is your time frame. Early Sunday morning around 2 a.m., storms begin to arrive from the west. Sunday morning between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., the main line of storms moves through the metro area. By this time, the storms will have lost some intensity, but you could still see wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. Heavy rain will cause some street flooding. The morning commute Sunday could be impacted. Savannah, Sunday morning around 6 a.m., storms arrive. Sunday morning between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m., rain and some thunderstorms continue. The severe threat is low by the time the system reaches the coast, but wind and rain will still be noticeable. Augusta, Sunday morning around 4 a.m. Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. is when the rain moves through. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour are possible. Athens, Georgia, Sunday morning around 5 a.m. Sunday morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Rain and some thunderstorms with wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Macon, Georgia, Sunday morning around 4 a.m. Sunday morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Thunderstorms and heavy rain. Some street flooding is possible. Columbus, Georgia, you are on the western side of the state. Saturday night around midnight. Sunday morning between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. is your window. Higher severe weather threat compared to Atlanta because the storms will be stronger when they reach you. Albany, Georgia, Sunday morning around 3 a.m. Sunday morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Thunderstorms are likely with wind and heavy rain. Now the Carolinas. Charlotte, North Carolina, Sunday morning around 5 a.m. the rain begins. Sunday morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., steady rain and some embedded thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. The severe threat is lower, but the rain could be heavy at times. Raleigh, Sunday morning around 6 a.m. Sunday morning between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m., mostly rain. Some thunderstorms are possible. Wind gusts to 35 miles per hour. The morning commute could be impacted. Charleston, South Carolina, Sunday morning around 7 a.m. Sunday morning between 8 a.m. and noon. Rain and some storms. The severe threat is low along the coast. Coastal flooding is possible with onshore winds. Columbia, South Carolina, Sunday morning around 5 a.m. Sunday morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Rain and possible thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Greenville, South Carolina. This is where things could get interesting. Sunday morning around 4 a.m. If cold air arrives faster than expected, you could see a changeover from rain to a wintry mix Sunday morning. Right now, it looks like you stay mostly rain, but this is one area where I am watching closely for any temperature changes. Asheville, North Carolina, you are in the mountains. Sunday morning could bring a mix of rain and snow. It depends entirely on the temperature profile. Right now, it looks like you start as rain Sunday morning, but by Sunday afternoon, some wet snow could mix in as colder air arrives. Not expecting significant accumulation, but it is something to monitor. Wilmington, North Carolina, Sunday morning around 9 a.m. Sunday morning between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Rain and wind. Coastal flooding is possible. Fayetteville, North Carolina, Sunday morning around 7 a.m. Sunday morning between 8 a.m. and noon. Rain and possibly some storms. Greenville, North Carolina, Sunday morning around 8 a.m. Sunday morning between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Rain and possibly some thunderstorms. Now let me talk about Florida. Miami, you are far enough south that this weekend's storm system will not bring you any severe weather, but you will see impacts. Saturday night into Sunday, expect showers and thunderstorms. Not severe, but you could see some gusty winds to 35 miles per hour and heavy downpours. Rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible. Tampa, you are in a more interesting position. Saturday night, the southern edge of the severe weather threat could clip the northern Tampa Bay area, Most of the severe weather stays north of you, but Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning, you could see some strong thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour are possible. Heavy rain is likely. Rainfall totals of 1 to 3 inches. Orlando, similar situation to Tampa. Saturday night into early Sunday morning is when you see the rain and storms. The severe threat is low, but heavy rain and some wind are expected. Jacksonville, you are more in the path. Sunday morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. expect a line of showers and thunderstorms. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Heavy rain. The storms will be weakening by the time they reach you, but you will still feel impacts. Tallahassee, Saturday night around 11 p.m. storms arrive from the west. Sunday morning between midnight and 4 a.m. is your window. Damaging winds are possible. This is one of the areas in Florida with the highest severe weather threat this weekend. Pensacola, you are on the western edge of Florida, so you are earlier in the timeline. Saturday night around 9 p.m., storms begin. Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sunday morning is your main severe weather window. Wind gusts to 50 miles per hour are possible. Heavy rain, small hail cannot be ruled out. Now, let me completely shift gears and talk about the West Coast, because while the East is dealing with severe weather and rain, the West is about to get absolutely buried in snow. The West Coast storm begins Thursday night. This is not a quick hit-and-run system. This is a multi-day atmospheric river event that will bring historic precipitation to California, Oregon, and Washington. Let us start with California. Los Angeles, your weather changes dramatically starting Thursday. Thursday afternoon, clouds increase. Thursday night around 8 p.m., rain begins. And this is not just a quick shower. This is the beginning of a multi-day rain event. Friday, steady rain continues. Rainfall totals of 1 to 2 inches across the metro area. The foothills could see 2 to 4 inches. Isolated amounts of 5 inches are possible in the mountains. Saturday, the rain continues. Another 1 to 2 inches. By Saturday evening, storm total rainfall of 3 to 6 inches across much of Southern California. This is going to cause flooding problems. Urban flooding is likely. Small stream flooding is expected. Mudslides are possible in areas that burned in recent wildfires, especially in the Santa Monica Mountains and around Malibu. Sunday, the rain finally begins to taper off, but another system is right behind this one. Early next week, more rain arrives. Los Angeles could see a total of 5 to 8 inches of rain over the next 7 days. That is a tremendous amount for Southern California. San Diego, similar timeline to LA. Thursday night, rain begins. Friday through Sunday, periods of heavy rain. Storm total rainfall of 2 to 5 inches. The mountains east of San Diego could see heavy snow above 5,000 feet. San Francisco, same timeline. Thursday night around 7 p.m., rain begins. Friday, heavy rain continues with rainfall rates of 1/4 to 1/2 inch per hour at times. Saturday, more heavy rain. Sunday, the rain tapers but does not end completely. The Bay Area could see storm total rainfall of 4 to 8 inches in some locations. The Santa Cruz Mountains could see even higher amounts. Coastal areas will see the heaviest rain. Wind gusts to 50 miles per hour along the coast are expected. The Golden Gate Bridge could see wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. Oakland and Berkeley, same timeline as San Francisco. Expect street flooding in low-lying areas. BART could see delays due to flooding. San Jose, Thursday night through Sunday. Heavy rain is expected. The hills above San Jose could see 6 to 10 inches. Urban flooding is likely in downtown San Jose. Sacramento, Thursday night into Friday. Rain begins in the valley. But here is where it gets really interesting. The Sierra Nevada mountains just to your east are going to see absolutely incredible snowfall. Starting Thursday night, snow begins in the mountains above 6,000 feet. By Friday morning, heavy snow is falling across the entire Sierra Nevada range. Friday during the day, snowfall rates of 2 to 4 inches per hour are possible at times. By Friday night, some locations could already have 3 feet of snow. Saturday, the snow continues. Intense snowfall with rates of 3 to 5 inches per hour during the heaviest bursts. Visibility will be near zero. Travel will be impossible. Interstate 80 through Donner Pass will close. Highway 50 through Echo Summit will close. Sunday, the snow keeps falling. By Sunday evening, storm total snowfall above 7,000 feet could reach 5 to 8 feet. Some of the highest peaks could see 10 feet. This is truly historic. This is the kind of snowfall event that happens once every 10 to 20 years. Lake Tahoe, you are going to see epic snowfall. Thursday night through Sunday, total snowfall of 4 to 7 feet above 7,000 feet. The ski resorts are going to be ecstatic, but this is also extremely dangerous. Avalanche danger will be extreme. Backcountry travel is not advised under any circumstances. Reno, Nevada, you are in the valley on the east side of the Sierra. You will see rain and wind with snow levels dropping to around 5,000 feet by Sunday. The mountains just to your west will see feet of snow. Fresno, California, Friday morning, rain begins. The Sierra Nevada to your east will see the heaviest snow in the state. Some peaks could see 8 to 12 feet by Monday morning. This is incredible snowpack building. This is exactly what California needs for water supply. Bakersfield, California, Friday afternoon, rain begins. Friday through Sunday, periods of heavy rain with storm totals of 2 to 4 inches. The southern Sierra and Tehachapi Mountains will see heavy snow above 6,000 feet. Now let us move up the coast to Oregon. Portland, Thursday night around 6 p.m., rain begins. Friday, heavy rain with rainfall rates of 1/4 to 1/2 inch per hour. Saturday, the rain continues. Sunday, more rain. Portland could see storm total rainfall of 3 to 6 inches. The Cascade Mountains east of Portland will see tremendous snowfall. Mount Hood could see 3 to 5 feet of new snow above 5,000 feet. The ski areas will see amazing conditions, but travel will be extremely dangerous. Eugene, Oregon, Thursday night. Friday through Sunday, heavy rain with storm totals of 3 to 6 inches. The Cascade Mountains to your east will see 2 to 4 feet of snow. Salem, Oregon, Thursday night. Friday through Sunday, heavy rain. Wind gusts to 45 miles per hour are expected. Bend, Oregon. You are on the dry side of the Cascades, but you will still see significant impacts. Friday through Sunday, snow in the city. Valley locations could see 6 to 12 inches. The mountains to the west could see 2 to 3 feet. Medford, Oregon, Thursday night. Friday through Sunday, rain in the valley, heavy snow in the mountains. Crater Lake could see 4 to 6 feet of snow. The lake is already buried under deep snow, and this will add significantly to the snowpack. Now, Washington. Seattle, Thursday night around 6 p.m., rain begins. Friday, heavy rain continues. Saturday, more heavy rain. Sunday, the rain persists. Seattle could see storm total rainfall of 2 to 5 inches. The Cascade Mountains will see heavy snow. Snoqualmie Pass on Interstate 90 will likely close Friday into Saturday. Stevens Pass on Highway 2 will also close. Do not attempt to cross the mountains this weekend. Mount Rainier could see 4 to 6 feet of new snow. Paradise, which already has deep snow, could see an additional 5 feet. This is incredible. Spokane, Washington, you are on the eastern side of the state. Thursday night, snow begins. Friday through Sunday, heavy snow with valley totals of 6 to 12 inches. The mountains to your north and east could see 2 to 3 feet. Olympia, Washington, Thursday night. Friday through Sunday, heavy rain with totals of 2 to 5 inches. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Bellingham, Washington, Thursday night. Friday through Sunday, rain and mountain snow. Mount Baker could see 3 to 6 feet of snow. This is one of the snowiest places in North America, and this storm will add significantly to the snowpack. Yakima, Washington, you are in the rain shadow of the Cascades. Friday through Sunday, snow with valley totals of 4 to 8 inches. The Cascade passes to your west will be impassable. Now let me talk about Idaho and Montana, because the West Coast storm will impact you as well. Boise, Idaho, Thursday night through the weekend, snow. Valley locations could see 4 to 8 inches. The mountains will see 1 to 3 feet. Twin Falls, Idaho, Friday through Sunday, snow with valley totals of 4 to 8 inches. Pocatello, Idaho, Friday through Sunday, snow with valley totals of 6 to 12 inches. The mountains east of Pocatello could see 1 to 2 feet. Idaho Falls, Idaho, Friday through Sunday, snow with valley totals of 8 to 14 inches. This is significant valley snow. Missoula, Montana, Friday through Sunday, heavy snow. Valley locations could see 10 to 18 inches. The mountains could see 2 to 4 feet. Glacier National Park will be completely buried. Kalispell, Montana, Friday through Sunday, heavy snow with valley totals of 12 to 20 inches. The mountains will see 3 to 5 feet. Great Falls, Montana, Saturday and Sunday, snow with totals of 6 to 12 inches in the city. Billings, Montana, Saturday and Sunday, snow with totals of 4 to 8 inches. Now, let me dive into the meteorology behind what we are seeing, because understanding the why helps you understand the what and when. The upper-level pattern driving all of this starts with what we call the Pacific North American pattern, or PNA. Right now, we are transitioning into a negative PNA phase. What does that mean? It means we have a trough, a dip in the jet stream along the west coast, and a ridge, a bulge in the jet stream over the central United States. This pattern is textbook for what we are seeing. The trough along the west coast funnels Pacific moisture directly into California, Oregon, and Washington. That is why we are seeing such tremendous rainfall and mountain snow totals. The moisture has nowhere to go but straight into the coast. The ridge over the central United States is pumping warm air northward from Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico. That is why we are seeing 70-degree temperatures in Iowa and Kansas in February. This is not normal, but it is also not unprecedented. We have seen similar setups before. The boundary between the warm air under the ridge and the cold air to the east is called a baroclinic zone. This is where temperature gradients are strongest. And where you have strong temperature gradients, you have energy. Where you have energy, you have storms. This weekend's severe weather setup is a direct result of this baroclinic zone. The warm air is surging north and east. The cold air is trying to hold its ground. Where they meet along that boundary is where we get lift in the atmosphere. Lift plus moisture plus instability equals thunderstorms. Now, let me talk about something called CAPE. CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. It is a measure of how much energy is available for thunderstorm development. The higher the CAPE, the stronger the potential for severe thunderstorms. This Saturday, across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, CAPE values could reach 1,500 to 2,500 joules per kilogram. To put that in perspective, anything over 1,000 is considered moderate instability. Over 2,000 is high instability. But CAPE alone does not make severe weather. You also need wind shear. Wind shear is the change in wind speed and direction with height. Without wind shear, thunderstorms just grow straight up and down and rain themselves out quickly. With wind shear, thunderstorms can organize and sustain themselves for hours. Saturday afternoon and evening wind shear values are going to be significant across the south central states. We are looking at 0 to 6 kilometer bulk shear values of 40 to 50 knots. That is strong. That is more than enough to support supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes. Now, let me give you some critical preparation advice. For severe weather, your first priority is to have a safe place to go. If you live in a house with a basement, that is your best bet. Go to the lowest floor, get into an interior room, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Stay away from windows. If you do not have a basement, go to an interior room on the lowest floor. A bathroom or closet is often a good choice because they have extra support from plumbing. Get under something sturdy like a heavy table or desk. Cover yourself with a mattress or blankets to protect from flying debris. If you live in a mobile home, you need to leave. Mobile homes are not safe in tornadoes, even if they are tied down. Go to a sturdy building, a community shelter, or a friend's house. If you are in a car when a tornado warning is issued, do not try to outrun it. If you can see a sturdy building nearby, get to it. If you cannot, get out of your car, find a ditch or low-lying area, and lie flat with your hands covering your head. For flooding, the key is to never drive through flooded roadways. This is the #1 cause of flood-related deaths. Turn around, do not drown. Even 6 inches of water can sweep you off your feet. 12 inches can carry away a small car. 2 feet can carry away most vehicles. For the West Coast, if you are in California, make sure you have supplies. Stock up on water, non-perishable food, batteries, flashlights. Power outages are likely. Have a plan for staying warm and dry. Do not attempt to drive in the mountains this weekend. Now let me talk about what happens after this weekend. The models are showing another storm system developing in the Pacific early next week. This storm will approach the West Coast around Tuesday, February 17th. If this scenario plays out, California and the Pacific Northwest could see another round of heavy rain and mountain snow. For the central and eastern United States around February 18th to 21st, the models are hinting at another storm system. This storm could bring winter weather to the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley. The long-range pattern stays active through the end of February. More storms for the West Coast. More temperature swings for everyone else. Likely more severe weather for the South. Comment below with your city name. Let me know where you are watching from. I want to make sure everyone gets the specific information they need for their location. Now let me address travel impacts in detail. If you are planning to fly this weekend, you need to be prepared for significant delays and possible cancellations. The major airport hubs that will see the worst impacts are Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, Atlanta, and Charlotte. Saturday night into Sunday, these airports will be dealing with severe weather, heavy rain, and strong winds. If you have a flight scheduled through any of these hubs on Saturday night or Sunday, check with your airline before you leave for the airport. Many airlines are offering waivers that allow you to change your flight without penalty. For those flying into or out of California airports, Thursday through Sunday will be difficult. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, Los Angeles, and San Diego will all see impacts from the heavy rain and wind. If you are driving this weekend, Saturday night is the absolute worst time to be on the road in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Visibility will be severely reduced in heavy rain. Hydroplaning is a real risk. If you must drive, slow down, turn your headlights on, and leave extra space. For those in the West, do not attempt to drive through the mountains this weekend. Interstate 80 through the Sierra Nevada will close. Highway 50 will close. Interstate 5 through the Siskiyou Mountains could close. Interstate 90 through the Cascades in Washington will close. Now let me talk about power outages. With the wind we are expecting, widespread power outages are likely. The south-central states that see severe thunderstorms Saturday night will likely have power outages from downed trees and power lines. The West Coast will see power outages from strong winds Thursday through Sunday. Coastal areas of California, Oregon, and Washington are most at risk. Some mountain communities could be without power for multiple days. If you lose power, check your circuit breaker first. If your whole neighborhood is dark, call your utility company to report it. Unplug sensitive electronics to protect them from power surges. Keep your refrigerator and freezer closed. A full freezer can keep food frozen for about 48 hours if you keep the door closed. Never use a gas stove or oven for heat. Never use a generator inside your house or garage. Generators must be outside, at least 20 feet from your house. Now let me talk about emergency kit supplies. Every household should have basic emergency supplies. Water, 1 gallon per person per day for at least 3 days. Food, non-perishable items like canned goods, peanut butter, crackers, granola bars, a manual can opener, flashlights and batteries, a battery-powered radio, first aid kit, extra batteries, phone chargers, preferably a portable battery pack, cash, important documents in a waterproof container. Let me explain specific weather threats. Damaging winds are defined as wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher. Saturday night across the south, some areas could see wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour in the strongest storms. This is extremely dangerous. If you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds, treat it like a tornado warning. Hail in the 1/2 inch to 1.5 inch range is most likely this weekend. That is marble to ping pong ball size. This can damage vehicles, break windows, and hurt people caught outside. Tornadoes are the most dangerous threat. Saturday afternoon and evening, if tornadoes develop, they will most likely be EF0 to EF2. If a tornado warning is issued, act immediately. Get to the lowest floor, into an interior room, away from windows. Cover yourself with blankets or a mattress. Flash flooding happens when heavy rain falls faster than the ground can absorb it. Never drive through flooded roadways. 6 inches of moving water can knock an adult off their feet. 12 inches can carry away a small car. 2 feet can carry away almost any vehicle. Turn around, do not drown. Now the long-range pattern. The West Coast will continue to see storm after storm through the end of February. For the central and eastern United States, the pattern stays active with temperature swings. Around February 15th, signals suggest another blast of Arctic air could drop into the United States. This could set up winter storm potential around February 18th to 21st for the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. For the South, the second half of February looks active for severe weather. March is typically when severe weather ramps up, but we could see an early start this year. Let me address forecast accuracy. Short-term forecasts, 1 to 3 days out, are very accurate. Medium-range forecasts, 4 to 7 days out, are pretty good for big patterns, but details can change. Long-range forecasts beyond 7 days are much less certain. This is why I always tell people to check back for updates. The forecast you see Monday for the following Saturday might be different by Thursday. This does not mean forecasters are bad. It means we are giving you the most accurate information available at that time. The difference between a watch and a warning. A watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather. Be alert and prepared. A warning means severe weather is occurring or imminent. Take action right now. The lead time on tornado warnings averages around 13 minutes. That is the average time between when the warning is issued and when the tornado arrives. This is why you need to act immediately. Now, final pieces of advice. First, trust your instincts. If the weather looks dangerous, take it seriously. Do not wait for a warning. If you see a funnel cloud, get to safety immediately. Second, have multiple ways to receive weather information. Weather radio, weather app with alerts, local news, social media from trusted sources. Third, make a plan and practice it. Where will you go if a tornado warning is issued? Does everyone in your family know the safe place? What about pets? Fourth, check on your neighbors, especially elderly neighbors or those with disabilities. Fifth, do not spread rumors or unverified information. Stick to trusted sources like the National Weather Service and local news meteorologists. Summary of key timing. Thursday night through Sunday, West Coast storm with heavy rain and historic mountain snow. Friday night through Saturday night, severe weather for south central states. Saturday night through Monday, heavy rain and wind for the east. Saturday between 6 p.m. and midnight is critical for severe weather from Texas to Mississippi. Sunday morning between midnight and 8 a.m. is critical from Mississippi to Georgia. Sunday afternoon and evening, heavy rain and wind impact the East Coast. West Coast mountain snow will be 7 to 10 feet above 7,000 feet in the Sierra Nevada, 3 to 6 feet in the Cascades. This is truly historic. Let me add forecasts for a few more cities people have been asking about. Des Moines, Iowa, you are seeing record warmth today with temperatures in the low 70s. But that changes quickly. A cold front moves through Tuesday, dropping temperatures back to normal levels. By the weekend, you are in the 40s with mostly dry weather. You miss the severe weather to your south. Omaha, Nebraska, same situation as Des Moines. 70 degrees today, back to reality by Wednesday. Mostly dry this weekend. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, mid-60s today, which is absolutely incredible for February. Cold front Tuesday drops you back to the 30s. Light snow is possible late in the weekend. Minneapolis, Minnesota, you stay cold all week. Temperatures in the teens and 20s. Some light snow possible Thursday and Friday from Clipper systems coming out of Canada. Nothing major. Green Bay, Wisconsin, upper 20s to low 30s all week. Some light snow Thursday, otherwise mostly dry. Madison, Wisconsin, similar to Green Bay, cold and mostly dry with some snow showers possible Thursday. Grand Rapids, Michigan, upper 20s all week. Lake effect snow is possible Monday and Tuesday off Lake Michigan if winds are favorable. Rochester, New York, you are getting some snow Tuesday and Wednesday from a weak system. 2 to 4 inches possible, otherwise cold but quiet. Syracuse, New York, same as Rochester. 2 to 4 inches Tuesday and Wednesday. Lake effect snow possible later in the week. Buffalo, New York. Lake effect snow is possible all week off Lake Erie when winds are right. Accumulations of 3 to 6 inches by the weekend. Erie, Pennsylvania, lake effect snow Tuesday through Thursday, 2 to 5 inches possible. Burlington, Vermont, light snow Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 to 3 inches. Cold all week with highs in the 20s. Concord, New Hampshire, light snow Tuesday and Wednesday, cold all week. Albany, New York, light snow Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 to 4 inches. Cold continues. Albuquerque, New Mexico, you are on the edge of the southern storm. Saturday night could bring some light showers, but the main action stays to your east. Phoenix, Arizona, you stay mostly dry all week. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Nice weather for you. Las Vegas, Nevada, dry all week. Temperatures in the mid-60s. If you want to escape the weather, Las Vegas is a good choice this week. Flagstaff, Arizona, you could see some light snow Saturday night as the southern edge of the storm clips you. 1 to 3 inches possible. Tucson, Arizona, dry all week. Low 70s, beautiful weather. Fargo, North Dakota, you stay very cold all week, teens and 20s for highs. Some light snow possible from Clipper systems. Bismarck, North Dakota, similar to Fargo, very cold. Light snow possible. Rapid City, South Dakota, upper 30s to low 40s this week. Some snow is possible late in the weekend, 1 to 3 inches. Cheyenne, Wyoming, cold all week with highs in the 30s. Snow is possible late in the weekend, 2 to 5 inches. Casper, Wyoming, upper 30s all week. Snow possible this weekend, 3 to 6 inches. Allentown, Pennsylvania, rain Sunday evening into Monday. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. The Poconos could see some wet snow mix in Sunday night. Scranton, Pennsylvania, rain Sunday evening into Monday. The mountains could see a changeover to snow Sunday night with 1 to 3 inches possible. Atlantic City, New Jersey, rain Sunday evening into Monday. Wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. Coastal flooding is possible. Trenton, New Jersey, rain Sunday evening into Monday. Wind gusts to 40 miles per hour. Newark, New Jersey, rain Sunday evening into Monday. Heavy at times, wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. I cannot stress enough how important it is to be prepared. This is a significant weather week. Multiple threats across multiple regions. Millions of people will be impacted, but with preparation and awareness, we can all get through this safely. Comment below with your city. Tell me your biggest weather concern. Share this with friends and family who need to know. The more people who are informed, the better. I will have a full update tomorrow morning with the overnight model data. If there are significant changes before then, I will post an afternoon update. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting me to keep you informed. Together, we stay aware, we stay prepared, and we stay safe. I will see you in the next forecast.